Good morning, students. We are going to continue chapter 5th of NCERT, that is inheritance and variation. This is the last part and also the most important part of this chapter. So please pen down all the important key points and go through each and every slide very carefully to develop holistic understanding about the concept. So let's continue. First of all, we have to discuss about mutation. Mutation refers to any sort of sudden, stable changes which are being passed on generation after generation. These are referred as mutation that actually happens into the genetic material, that is DNA or RNA, whatever the genetic material being present in the organism, that is referred as mutation. As you know, organism which undergo mutation is referred as mutant, and the agent which causes mutation are referred as mutagens. Mutagens can be radiation type or any sort of chemical like benzene. These are the example of mutagen. Okay, the unit of mutation is referred as muton. Okay, when mutation takes place due to single base pair change, these base pair we have done in class 11, that is adenosine, thymine, guanine, cytosine. These are base pair when there is a change in the sequence of the base pair due to mutation is referred as point mutation. So come to the types of mutation. These are two types: gene mutation and chromosomal mutation. Gene mutation again of two type: point mutation and frame shift mutation. We are going to discuss these type of mutation in chapter 6. Okay. Now comes to the chromosomal mutation. These are structural variation, chromosomal abbreviation, as well as of number type. Okay. If there is a increase or decrease in the number of chromosomes in a particular organism, this condition is referred as aneuploidy. This can be trisomy if there is one extra chromosome in a pair of homologous chromosome. Okay, a pair of homologous chromosome have extra chromosome. This situation is referred as trisomy, and monosomy when one chromosome is being absent in a homologous pair of chromosome, that is monosomy. When all set of chromosome is being present in a multiple number, then it is referred as polyploidy. This situation is not possible in mammals or animals. This is only persistent in plant. Okay, so polyploidy is an exclusive feature of plants. Now comes to the pedigree analysis. Pedigree analysis is very helpful in determining the type of characters being inherited generation after generation. This is also a type of family tree to study some sort of trait being transferred generation after generation. That is, inheritance of a single particular trait in a family clan is referred as pedigree analysis. Now comes to the advantages. It helps in genetic counseling to avoid any sort of genetic disorder. It shows the origin of a trait and flow of the trait in a family. Next important point, it is important to know the possibility of expressive recessive allele that can cause genetic disorders like color blindness, hemophilia. These are type of disorder we can easily find out with the clan study. Okay, it predicts the harmful effect of marriage between close relatives. If there is a marriage which involve the close relatives one, then how this is going to be affect the future generation, this can be easily point down with the help of pedigree analysis. It is extensively used in medical research. Now these are the symbol being used in pedigree analysis. Male is represented by the square and female by simple circle, and if the sex is being undetermined, then we need to place a rhombus. Affected individuals are presented with a red color. Mating is being represented with the help of a line, and mating between relatives or consanguineous marriage. This type of marriage is being demarcated with the help of two lines, two parallel lines. Now parents and children are being presented generation after generation like a flow chart. Now, parents with male child affected with the disease, we can put like this, and 5 unaffected offspring. we can simply put a square without specifying the sex concern and make a number 5. Okay. Now comes to the genetic disorder. Genetic disorder can be of two types: Mendelian disorders, which are going to follow all sort of Mendelian law. These are color blindness, hemophilia, sickle cell anemia, cystic fibrosis, phenylketonuria, and thalassemia. Chromosomal disorders are basically of three types, that is Down syndromes, Klinefelter syndromes, and Turner syndrome. There are various types of chromosomal disorder, but in this chapter we have to discuss only three types of chromosomal disorders. Now come to the Mendelian disorders. Mendelian disorder, as I already told you, they are going to follow the Mendelian principle of inheritance. Okay. First of all, we are going to discuss about hemophilia. That is a sex-linked recessive disorder. You have to understand that these are being dependent on the male and female being concerned, and this is a recessive disorder. Okay. So it's not going to be express itself when it is being present in a heterozygous condition. Only homozygous condition is going to be affected one. Okay. But in case of male, where two different type of sex chromosome are being present, this is going to express in male. Okay. So that's what talk about sex-linked recessive disorder. Patient continue to bleed with minor cut because defect in blood coagulation factor. As you know, there is a cascade of protein involved in the blood coagulation. So one factor is being missing in case of hemophilia. The gene of for hemophilia is located in the X chromosome. So males are going to be the sufferer one. As I have told you, it is a recessive kind of disease, and females will have this kind of disorder being expressed only when both of the chromosomes are being affected. As you know, both of the chromosomes are being affected. It means that both of the parents are providing gametes which are affected one. Okay. In this case, the survival ratio of the female is very low. The defective alleles produce non-functional protein which later form a non-functional cascade of protein involving blood coagulation. This type of disorder we have uh, been discussed in the family of Queen Victoria, who passes this type of trait in whole of the progeny of herself. Okay. Now come to the sickle cell anemia. It is an autosome linked recessive trait. Hemophilia was a sex linked, and now it is a autosome linked. It means it has no relation with that of the sex chromosome. It can equivalent occur in both male and female. The disease is controlled by a single pair of allele, that is hemoglobin A and hemoglobin as for the sickle cell. Only the homozygous individual, that is HBS showing going to have this type of disease phenotype because it is a recessive trait. It is going to be expressed when it is being present in a homozygous form. The heterozygous individuals are the carrier one. They are going to transfer the trait generation after generation. This is due to the point mutation, that is a mutation in a single base pair at the sixth position of the beta globulin chain. As you know, the hemoglobin comprises of 4 chain, 2 alpha, 2 beta. So there is a single mutation on the sixth position of the beta globulin chain of the hemoglobin molecule. Sickle cell allele behaves as a normal hemoglobin except under oxygen stress. When erythrocytes lose their circular shape and become sickle shape, that's why the disease name is a sickle shape anemia. As a result, the cells cannot pass through the narrow capillaries and blood capillaries are going to be clogged one, and this ultimately affect the supply of oxygen to the different body parts. Now let's see with the help of diagram. These are the biconcave RBC, and you can easily see the sickle shaped RBC here. And you can observe it is due to single point mutation here. GAG is being replaced with a GUG because of single base pair being present on the DNA is being replaced from A to T, and this ultimately is going to change the polypeptide chain Here at the sixth position there is glutamic acid, and here it is valine. Okay, so that's how the that is sickle cell anemia is being affected because of the hemoglobin mutation. That is beta globulin chain of the hemoglobin is going to be affected at the sixth position because of point mutation on the DNA. Now come to the pedigree analysis. You can have a flow chart, and sickle cell anemia is going to affect both male and female equivalent. You can see on the first generation, and thereafter it's going to affect the male. It doesn't matter because you need to find out that both male and female of the same generation are going to be affected. Then it is a kind of recessive autosomal disease. Okay. Now comes to the phenylketonuria. We have already discussed in part 2 as well. It is an inborn error of metabolism is inherited as a autosomal recessive trait. Okay, the affected individual lacks an enzyme that is a phenylalanine hydroxylase that converts the amino acid phenylalanine into the triazine in liver. And phenylalanine is going to be accumulated and gets converted into the phenylpyruvic acid and its derivative inside that of the brain, and resulting lowering of the IQ level, that is mental disorders in the child concerned. Now comes to the thalassemia. It is an autosomal linked to recessive disease. It occurs due to mutation or deletion as a result of a synthesis of the globulin chain. Again, the globulin chain is going to be affected in the hemoglobin. Anemia is a characteristic of this disease. That is a lack of blood cells into that of the plasma is referred as thalassemia. It is of two types, alpha thalassemia and beta thalassemia, depending on the type of the chain of hemoglobin is being affected. Production of alpha globulin chain affected, it controlled by the closely linked genes, that is HbA1 and HbA2 on chromosome 16. If the chromosome 16 is going to be affected, it occurs due to mutation or deletion of one of the four genes being present on the DNA strand on the chromosome 16. Beta thalassemia is the production of the beta globulin chain is going to be affected on the chromosome 11 due to mutation on one or both of the hemoglobin B chain. Okay, B genes. Now comes to the color blindness. It is a sex-linked recessive disorder, and person is unable to detect either red or green cone of the eye cell. Okay, resulting in the failure of the discrimination between red and green. The gene of the color blindness is present on the X chromosome. This is very, very important. It is a sex link and being present on the X chromosome. Here the males are going to be affected one, and female will be the carrier one. And the difference between hemophilia and thalassemia is very, very important. When single protein involved in the clotting of the blood is being affected, it is referred as hemophilia. And in thalassemia, defects is synthesis of the globulin leading to the formation of abnormal type of hemoglobin. Hemophilia is a sex-linked recessive, and thalassemia is an autosomal recessive. In hemophilia, blood does not clot at all, and in thalassemia, result in anemia. Okay, as the word thalassemia, that refers to the anemia. Now comes to the chromosomal disorder. Chromosomal disorders are caused due to the excess or absence of the abnormal arrangement of one or more chromosome. We have discussed the situation that is aneuploidy. Okay, sometimes the chromatids are going to fail segregate independently, and this is referred as aneuploidy. In the normal set of chromosome, in a normal condition, after meiosis we have the single set of chromosome. During non-disjunction in the meiotic 1 phase, there will be non-separation of the chromosome, and ultimately that will going to have one extra chromosome in one gamete and one lesser chromosome in the one gamete. Here also you can see the M2 is going to disjunct ultimately, and we have four gametes which are having aneuploidy in them. One is having less chromosome, other are having extra chromosome. Okay. Now comes to the Down syndrome. Down syndrome is referred to the trisomy, that is one extra chromosome at the 21 position. This was discovered by Langdon Down in 1866. The symptoms are the short stature of the baby and partially open mouth with protruding furrowed tongue. There will be a fusion inside that of the tongue. Palm will be broad and having lots of creases in it, and there will be slow mental development. Klinefelter syndrome, as you can see, there will be one extra copy of the X chromosome along with the 44 autosomes. This result in the masculine development but possesses feminine character, female characters as well. One of the important situations is gynecomastia, that is development of the breast. Poor beard growth and often sterile, feminine pitched voice will be there. Now comes to the Turner syndrome. Absence of one X chromosome. This is again the case of aneuploidy, and sterile female with rudimentary ovaries. The ovaries will not be the fully functional one. Shield-shaped thorax will be there, webbed neck, and poor development of the breast, along with the short stature, small uterus, and puffy fingers will be there. Now you can compare the two situations, that is Klinefelter and Turner syndrome. Here the tall stature with feminine characteristic, the gynecomastia condition is being present. And in Turner syndrome, you can see the development of the ovaries is quite rudimentary, and the feminine characters, the secondary feminine character are not well developed also. That's all for this tutorial. Thank you, students.